Hey YouTube, it's Gecko Life, and in today's video I wanted to show you guys my vivarium setup. I'm certainly not saying that this is the best leopard gecko setup you can have, but this is one of the safest and basic leopard gecko setup you need to have if you're planning to have leopard gecko as a pet. So the very first thing is choosing the right housing for your leopard gecko. You can have a vivarium like I have. It's a wooden vivarium which opens from the front. It's not the top down, which is mostly used for snakes. It opens from the front, so it's very convenient while taming your leopard geckos. You can easily put the hand like this on the floor, and after a week or so your leopard gecko will start walking on your hand easily, and you can just take them out of the cage and start taming out of the cage. My leopard gecko Zeus is somewhere inside the cage at the moment. I can't see him, he's hiding. It's early morning in South Africa at the moment. Okay, so you can have a terrarium, you can have a fish tank, or a vivarium just like I have. My vivarium is 1.5 meters long. I have a partition, if you can see. This is half a meter, and the other half meter is that side where I have two female leopard geckos living. Very next thing is substrate. A substrate is something you need to put in your housing or vivarium like this, so that your gecko can easily walk on that and not get stuck. You can choose from reptile carpet, eco earth, paper towel, wood chipping, sand, calcium sand, and gravel. Oh, there is one very new option called clay as well in the market, but I would not recommend you to go for sand, calcium sand, gravel, or wood chipping. These four substrate are not the very best substrate which you can have for your leopard gecko. Sand is because they ingest sand and it causes impaction. Calcium sand, definitely not, because they can sense calcium in the sand, and then they purposely go for that sand and try and eat that sand. Wood chipping and gravel, I think that because their belly skin is very soft, definitely it hurts them while walking on wood chipping and those pointy gravels. So the best thing you can go is paper towel, but paper towel you have to change every 2 days because it gets dirty very quickly, plus it doesn't look very nice. You can go for tiles as well. It's one of the neatest way of doing it, but I chose reptile carpet. It's very easy, very easy to clean. Sometimes mealworms go inside the carpet, but it's very easy to pick them up and put them back in the container. Okay, so the very important next thing is heating. If you know, leopard geckos need different temperatures in their housing. They need a hot side and a cold side. Hot side should be anything between 30 to 34 Fahrenheit. And how you can achieve that temperature is you can either use a light bulb here at top. You can find heating bulbs in reptile shops, or you can have a heat pad like the one I have here. I chose heating pad because they are from a rocky part of the world. They are from Southeast Asia, and during the day they are inside the caves, and they only come out at night. They are nocturnal, so at night the rocks are hot and they take the heat from their belly. So it makes most sense to give them heat from the belly, from the floor, rather than having a heat bulb here at the top, because if they come out during the day, which they rarely do from their heights, I feel that it might burn their skin. Another important thing with heating pads you need is a thermostat. You can also go for a timer where you can set it for night, and after a certain time it will go off. But I chose thermostat because it's easy to regulate the temperature. So the temperature on this is set minimum on 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and oh, I'm so sorry. It's Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, and the maximum is 34 degrees Celsius. That's the temperature variation leopard geckos need. So it doesn't go above 34 and it doesn't go below 30, and it try and regulate the temperature like that. So it's very good accessory to have if you are planning to have a leopard gecko. Okay, so the next very important thing is hides. Leopard geckos need at least 3 hides. I'm sorry guys for the bad lighting. The sun is coming up and now I have a lot of shade on the glass. Next time I'll take the glass out while making video. Okay, so when I said they need 3 hides, need a cold hide. I'm using a pumpkin hide for the cold hide. My gecko rarely use this hide. He's just using it to go poop in it. Then you need to have a hot hide, and you also need a moist hide. Moist hide is the easiest one because you just need some sort of moss in there. You have to mist it once a day. I actually using the same box in which my geckos were delivered, and if you noticed, I cut a hole in the lid, and then I put electrical tape around it so that the edges are kind of smooth, so it doesn't hurt your gecko. And I mist it once a day, and I put it on the hot side. So this is my hot side, this is the hot hide, and I just put the box like this, so it gets the heat from below, and then it creates a really good mist inside it, and the humidity is comparatively high, so it's really good for them when they are going to shed. So make sure that you have at least 3 hides. They will rarely use the cold hide, but they would need it because sometimes the hot hide gets really hot and they have to regulate their body temperature, so they just migrate towards the cold side, and they live there for 5-10 minutes, and when the temperature is okay they come back. So you might not find your gecko in the cold hide as much as you see him in the hot hide, but it doesn't mean that you don't give them one. Okay, so cold hide, a hot hide, and a moist hide. Okay, next thing is dishes. We need at least 3 dishes for each leopard gecko. One dish is for water. They really like water. You have to change them every day. They like to drink fresh water. So one dish for water. Make sure that it's shallow. It's not too deep that they have to go inside the dish to drink water. It should be shallow so that they can just stand on the edge and lick water. That's what they do. A very shallow dish for calcium. Make sure it's not calcium with D3, it's just calcium. They don't need vitamin that much. 2 times a week or 3 times in 2 weeks is perfect for them, but they need calcium regularly, so make sure that you provide that in another shallow dish. You can also use a lid from the milk bottle or a medicine container or something, but make sure that it's very shallow. The third one is the food dish. I only use it when I feed my gecko. So what I do is I put in a little bit of calcium depending on what day it is. I feed Saturday and Sunday with calcium plus D3 and rest 5 days with calcium only. Okay, so I covered all the basic stuff. Now, last but not the least, the point is decoration. You can decorate your vivarium as much as you like, but I'm telling you one thing: your leopard gecko doesn't care a bit about it. If you see, I have a rocky background, so I thought I'll go for the clay hide so that it matches really well. I have a plant at the back here. It matches really well with the background, so you might not know it's actually a plant. Um, so I have one plant here. The only decoration I ever saw my gecko using is this piece of wood in the middle. Sometime you will see that leopard gecko will come out during the night and just go and sit on that piece of wood. That's the only thing he uses, and I have read a lot, seen a lot of videos. I never saw people do a lot of creative stuff with their vivarium, and you are free to do it. But if you want to keep it basic, this is the way to go. I suppose you don't have to spend a lot of money for that, because your geckos do not care about the decoration. They care about the basic thing: heating, fresh water, at least 3 hides, and they are happy. They do not care about a lot of fancy stuff inside the vivarium. So you can have a piece of big rock or a wood like this, so that they can come out and sit on it. Most of the time they just my gecko sit on the hot hide. If you see it, it's plain here. So that's all for today, and let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure I did, because I'm very new at keeping geckos. Anything which you think I should have in my vivarium, I'll really appreciate your suggestions. And let me know if you want to know anything more from my geckos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.